I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to India Showdown Season 1, powered by Indian Gaming Corps. And I'm going to be your caster for this game that is the quarterfinals best of three elimination between Team The Eliminators and Team Fight to Win. And joining me alongside my caster's desk, it will be none other than this handsome fella right here, Baldo.
Thank you for that intro, Ray. I don't think I'm that good looking, but yes, it's always good to hear compliments. And yes, speaking about a tough matchup, it is LET versus Fight to Win. Two really strong teams that have got all the way until this quarterfinals, where this best of three is going to decide who will be eliminated and who will keep fighting for the throne. But I think looking at the history of these two teams in the tournament, ET has fared better in the Swiss brackets. What are your thoughts on that?
Yep, they have definitely fared quite better. I mean, their performance have been quite consistent throughout the round robin matchup that we had a few days ago, and they did quite well. They lost a few matches, but their performance has been quite consistent. At the same time, the fight to win, I'm looking forward to what they have in store for us as well. After all, their name screams victory. I mean, what else do you need except for the win in your name, right? So let's see what they have in store for us because we're going to be heading to the draft phase right now, and let's see what they want to ban out. I'm expecting the Hilda, the Zushin, Matilda, these typical bans.
True that. And right now they have taken out the Fovius. It is not something we see usually, the EXP lane being banned out. Because right now, the way the meta is, it's kind of more of the assassins and the mages kind of decide the tempo of your entire game. But yeah, we could also see the Bruno ban because that hero is absolutely senseless right now with how good it is. Such a high contention rate, even in the M6. It has one of the
Indeed.
highest win rates for a marksman.
Yep, that Malefic gun adjustment just made that guy go into insane levels of broken in this meta right now, and he's definitely into the priority and ban list. At the same time, Baldudu, we are seeing an Alucard ban, and that is a respect ban to Bando, if I'm not wrong, from Fight 2 in. That is quite interesting to see.
Hmm. I remember both these teams when they faced each other, they've always been banning each other out, and I think that is something that comes with having a respect for the opponent at the same time facing them so many times, because Bando on that Alucard is absolutely lethal. So countering one of Fight to Win strongest cards from the ban itself, I think that's a very good strategy.
Indeed, and there goes my Zushin being banned out as well. And just like you mentioned, the Bruno has also been banned out. So we're at this point, we are not really seeing that much of a surprise quite yet. I mean, I also mentioned the Matilda. I mean, after all, why would you ever give her out? The mobility she can provide is just absolutely insane. So let's see what team the Eliminators want to close off this first ban section with and see what they really don't want to give out because there's still a lot of heroes into the table. You have the Khalid, the Evergreen, and you also have Suyo, who's still quite a good jungler. And but at the same time, whatever you ban, you're gonna leave out a few assassins for Team ET to pick for Sararmun, right?
Exactly, Salomon has a massive hero pool, and there the Hilda is taken out, leaving off so many options for Salomon in the jungle. And I think, in one sense, Fight to Win did a smart job with the way they are banning out. Instead of focusing on taking down Seramon's hero pool, it is
Indeed.
kind of pointless because he plays almost every assassin on that list, including the Hellcut at one point. So there's no point forcing him onto those kind of picks which he will still pull off because he's comfortable not being in his mains. Instead, you
Mhm.
would rather restrict the meta options to remove ET's chances of snowballing from the mid game itself, because that's what ET loves to do. They will not necessarily win the early game fights, but the second they hit their first item spike, especially Sararmun, the second he gets his first item, he gets a lot more confident and he starts ganking those lanes.
Exactly. That is such a good point that you mentioned because, like, let's say they have three bans, right? They ban out, let's say, Fanny, Ling, Hayabusa, or Suyo. They ban out something. He's just gonna pick up the Joy, right? So it's kind of pointless. Like, you can't really zone him out that much. I mean, even then, he's just gonna pick up the Alpha at the end if you just ban out every possible assassin. So yeah, banning out the jungle, it's not really a good play, but banning out the other heroes, it was really good. They're denying the gold laner, denying the XP, denying a roamer to art, but at the same time, they are giving out the Gadot, Kacha, and Hylos. But they do pick up quite a decent pick. It is the Khalid and Alpha, strong contenders in this meta. I think they're very common pick at this point. Like, they definitely have close to a 70% pick rate in this meta.
And dude, look at that. That lineup, the front lineup of Eliminators is looking really strong. You have the Gatotkaч and the Hylos. That's a lot of charge in. You have the Avatar of the Guardian to zone out. You have the taunts to disrupt. At the same time, you have such a strong engage and anti snowball ultimate coming in with the real world I keep forgetting the ultimate, but yes, Eve's ultimate and Hylos' glorious pathway. I mean, real world manipulation is just really, really strong coming out from that side, because despite even if your team is on a goal deficit, you can use the Hylos' ult to kind of cancel the momentum of the opponents when they're charging in, which is really important if you're facing against these frontline comps like Alpha and Khalid that this team is using fight to win.
Exactly, you hit the nail right on the head, and also the fact that Eve, she is a kill box composition kind of hero, so Hylos is going to be helping out. And if Gatot can also land his AOG, and there are targets right there, like Eve can put maximize her potential like to like 120%. So it would be quite nice to see. And I actually should have mentioned there is definitely a Eve coming because for a Eve, the biggest danger is a Gatot landing on her face, right? So they picked up the Gatot, so there is no danger of Eve. Now she's quite safe because there's not really a diving hero into the face. There is the Khalid, but I feel like Team 88, they will definitely be able to stop it. So let's see what they want to proceed with. So far, the fight to win, they're just banning out more meta heroes. They're trying to zone out the goal lane as much as possible, not really giving out the 1-1. And Suyo, quite a good decision because I feel like even though we've discussed that all the assassins are into the hero pool of Saramun, Stuyo is quite of a hefty hero, and banning him out is definitely a good decision. On the other hand, ET has decided to go with the roam ban.
I feel in this game there is a chance for Serarmun, especially with that Moscow being picked up. Probably
Okay.
for There's a
Yes.
very high chance we might be seeing the YSS pick, or we could see something even more interesting like the Joy. Because this exact lineup that ET is using is something we saw in M6. I can't remember exactly which team, but they had the exact same comp. The last pick being the Joy on the jungle. I think it
You
was
know.
the I think it
Mhm.
was the opponent of RRQ. I think the Twisted Minds was using this comp, if I'm not wrong.
We'll have to see if they're, taking a little bit of inspiration from M6. And I'm looking forward to a Joy pick as well. But, Sir Moon, he can choose anything. So let's see what they want to execute with. So far, okay.
Ooh.
Is that a Kai Rome? That is quite interesting. I'm willing to see what is going to be the execution. Do they just want to use this Akai as a disengage tool when Eve and Hylos is charging in? It's probably going to be that.
Like I know it's not gonna happen, but I would
Hmm.
like to see the Akai on the EXP and the Khalid on the
True,
roam, because he could harass the Eve much better than an Akai, because the Akai will kind of
true.
struggle reaching and actually landing damage or poke onto a Moscow or the thing or the Eve, but the Khalid has a lot more versatility. He can also sustain in the lane, help CC Cecilion actually clear his lanes and stack up fast.
Indeed, that is true, Baldido. Like, okay, no, our hopes will be shattered because this is actually going to be a Bane jungle. That is quite interesting of a choice. Do they just want to stay objective game because look at that. It feels like it's a tower
Mm.
comp game. Like they're just gonna zone out the opponents and they're just gonna push the turrets at this point because picking up the Bane feels like they're doubling down on the tower push. What do you
Mm.
think?
Definitely. And also, I think the Bane is a great response to all those ultimates. You can use the Deadly Catch to interrupt literally four ultimates that Fight to Win is using: the Khalid's Raging Sandstorm, the Alpha Charge, the Deadly Spin, and the Blazing Duet. All of them, when used right, could get interrupted or at least delayed from, actually getting the maximum setup potential. So yeah, the Deadly Catch pickup, the Bane is a great option. The Crab Claw Cannon can also ricochet really well. At the same
Mhm.
time, the damage distribution of the teams is also really well done. You have two magic physical defense heroes, I'm sorry, physical attack heroes, and you have three magic on the side of ET. But with that, viewers, we will be heading into the land of dawn. This is the game one of the best of three between Fight to Win and Eliminators. Who will take home this series? And this answer will we will only find this answer based on the results of this game one.
And indeed, that is Baldito. I'm really interested to see because you really pointed a great thing that is the Bane, and that is true. He can interrupt the Blazing Duet, he can interrupt the Raging Sandstorm, he can even interrupt the Heavy Spin. So that is actually something that I didn't even consider. So I'm really, really looking forward to if it's gonna be in execution and will we see that be happening into this game. But unfortunately, Baldito the Akai is gonna be going into the roam, and Khalid will be going to the EXP. So maybe Akai might be facing a little bit of trouble into the mid game. Let's see what happens because they are not going to reach their power spike quite yet. But okay, Alpha though, level 4 quite already.
Damn, that's like really fast farm coming up by Bando, and I guess that's the perk of having the Alpha. He just absolutely shreds the jungle out, but the Bane is not any slower. He's catching up as fast as he can. He has the help of Legend. And on the bot side, already there's a little poke coming out, but nothing coming out of it. But what's happening in the mid lane? Demolition gets popped out really low, forced to back off, take the recall as the teams will disengage for now.
Okay, they're probably just gonna be stalling it out because the turtle will be coming in a few seconds, and that is where we'll first probably see our first engage of both of the teams. And oh, it's actually a mirror onto the jungle. It's understandable why he said, "Okay, looks like they're going in."
And already there is some smoke coming out, but Jimmy is gonna get got down low. The deadly catch connects, so does the spear of destruction. Will the Alpha be diving in? Looking at the top, the bot side is a beautiful set. Demolition does get the kill on the jungler of ET, but this fight will go on. Art picking up a double kill for himself. This man has done his job as a roamer, but his KDA is that of an assassin. But the fight will still go on. Bid putting down the
Whoa.
real world manipulation picks up the kill on Jimmy as the turtle will be taken up free.
Okay, I feel like there is Alpha. It's just, I mean, it's okay. He's not really aware. There's no vision, and looks like this turtle will be going into the hands of Team Eliminators. And that engage really put them in quite of an advantage because they have the early aggression that they really required. And if they can keep the momentum up, they can just continue to dominate most of the lanes. And we will probably see them snowball quite early on. But at the same time, it is still early, and they have, Beam on the Sicilian, which is one of those strongest. I mean, the strongest hero in the late game. Like if his bat impact can literally one shot so many heroes. So I'm willing to see what's going to be happening. Okay, top lane though.
Already the bat impact being used up by Cecilian, but nothing is gonna be nothing's gonna come out of this fight too much. I guess both teams are just trying to test themselves. We'll have to wait for that mid-game item spike when each of them gets their first two items. But will the alpha charge be successful? No, he has been spotted out by Bid as the stacks of those ultimates will be used up. Glorious pathway used up interestingly, but I'm not sure why.
I think that was definitely a misplay. They were deciding something, but it didn't come to fruition. Okay, top lane, Luke Ham might get zoned out because look at that. There's four people, and yeah, I think you're gonna prioritize the turret. I'm not really sure because I feel like if you're AT, you probably should be prioritizing the gold lane right now because that is where the turtle will be coming, and there is definitely a possible engage cooking up.
Ooh, the bloody bat being used up with the heavy spin, but the real world manipulation will be there to take down the Akai despite he will be spinning, but he's gonna be spinning back to the respawn. With that, the turtle will be up once again, and I guess this is a very comfortable early game for the Eliminators.
Yeah, looks like it at that position. Okay, Lukam. Okay, I feel like Lukam is gonna be in trouble.
Oh my god, Art was that was a really good play coming out from him. He expected Claude to dash out and took the damage from the turret to ensure that taunt connects. And the first turret, there it is. It's gonna be for ET. They collapse the gold shield on the top side along with the first turret for themselves. They want to try to get the invade, bait out the retribution. The alpha charge is gonna be used up. The glorious pathway used, allowing the Hylos to back off safely as his teammates are there to provide the support. And with that, nobody is gonna be trying anything near the turtle. No funny business coming out from fight to win as ET picking it up for themselves.
Their early game is just going absolutely greatly, and that is quite expected considering how they drafted. They have the Eve, which is very good for that early aggression with her zoning out capabilities. They even have the Hylos with the punishment ring, all those slows, all those stuns, and it's really quite helping them quite a lot. Hard. Okay, I think they already want to go in.
And there it is. Will the AOG connect? The heavy spin being used up once again. Demolition will fall. He has to be he's forced out. Alpha trying to deal in a lot of true damage, but that's not going to be enough. Forced to charge away defensively. The real world manipulation and Eve is being such a menace to the Akai. I mean, like he's losing most of his HP before he even starts spinning. And it's really tough for him to stay in this fight right now because if he does not pin Art down, he's gonna end up falling again. Ooh, on the mid side, nothing comes out of it. The damage output is not there from the
Okay,
side just yet. They
okay.
almost get that kill, but no, the deadly catch is there along with the damage. As once again, being forced to back out as two of his frontliners will fall again, getting punished very, very heavily.
That is quite nasty. I really thought that Hylos would be down, but no, that Revitalize came in, the Deadly Catch came in, and he was able to survive. And so far, they've only gotten one kill into the board, and we are seeing a goal lead of 4K onto the hands. Okay, mid lane. I guess they just want to zone out. Yep, they're just zoning out and trying to. I mean, at this point, they're controlling the map so badly that I don't feel Fight to Win can do anything much except for defend and just try to, play a desperate game of the late game and rely most of it to beam onto the Sicilian because there's nothing much they can possibly do into this ball to do. Okay, there's an engage on the
Oh,
top
there
lane.
is an action going on. The AOG is going to be used up. Bando gets caught out, punished for the overextension. Jimmy trying to
Okay,
escape, but the Spear of Destruction being used up. The Raging Sandstorm used up defensively. The Cecilian is
okay,
there to provide the support. The Heavy Spin and the Blazing Duet with a beautiful combo, but the damage is just not there.
okay.
Lucan picks up a very cheeky kill on the side as the shutdown is there. Beam wants the kill. He's not going to get it just yet. The Crab Claw Cannon misses by an inch.
Bit survive with 1 HP. That could have been such a good shutdown for the hands of Team Fight to win, but they just didn't get it. It was so close, but finally, Team Fight to win are fighting to get a few kills. They finally got 2 kills into the board, but Eliminators are still leading out with 12 kills into the scoreboard right now. And they also have a around 4K goal lead again. They lost it a little bit, but right now they're back on track again, and they have the map in their hands because they're pushing turrets left and right. Okay, Claude with the Blazing Duet.
And there is that, but like, despite not having the result they wanted in that team fight, we kind of saw the potential of Fight to Win's comp because despite not getting their main Trinity, despite not Cecilion finishing his first 2-3 items, we already saw them get a lot of damage out. Once again, the heavy spin used up, cancelling out the glorious pathway. The Akai just making sure that they're zoned out as much as possible, and Bando does manage to get the blue for himself despite the invade. Will they be managing to siege down the mid lane? Not yet. They are still holding strong, but they're getting poked out really, really heavily.
Yeah, like they're getting very poked, and at the same time, the zone out is really insane. They're struggling to maintain their structures. They have lost their top as well as the bot tier 1 turrets, which has already opened up the map for Eliminators quite a bit. And they are leading with almost 5K goal lead right now, which is going to be soon. And like the Lord will be coming up in almost 40 seconds. So if Eliminators are just okay, they're going in and
There
they
it
take
is. The
down.
mid lane turret is gone once again. And Bane has already picked up his BOD. There, look at the bot side. There is already some more action going on. The Spirit of Destruction being used. Yeve's ult being baited out as Jimmy again manages to make it back to safety. It was a close call, and I'm sure the player did get panicked. But dude, look at the damage, man. One crab claw cannon is taking out close to a quarter of the tank's HP.
Indeed. And if you look at the itemization, Claude is still lagging behind, but Moscow already has the Trinity build. Bane has built up the Blade of Despair, so he's going to be hitting quite hard. And looks like there is a engage into the bot lane.
Ooh, the glorious pathway being used. Jimmy forced to back off. There is the not immobilized, but it does not connect. That could have possibly been a change for the team. They need to get shutdowns, and they need it from somewhere. It doesn't matter who, they need it as soon as possible. But those two revitalizers that the Hylos and the Gato are running is just so hard for them to do that. Look at that, the AOG being used up, but there both the frontliners get poked out. There, the Spirit of Destruction being used, the Raging Sandstorm on the backline, Lukum doing it all, marksman versus marksman, rushing the backline, but it is Suzumi who makes it out alive as Art picks up the kill on the Claude. The Blazing Duet not sufficient to ensure the result his team needs.
And that engage was also negative into the hands of Fight to Win. They're really not able to fight to win this game because they're struggling really badly. And this is the Elemental Lord being taken by the team Eliminators as well, which is marching down the bot lane. And that means that tier 2, okay, the top one, it's already taken down. The mid one is in jeopardy. The bot one is definitely going to take down. And they're only going to be left with their inhibitors, which means they will be pushed to the comfort of their bases, which is already not looking good. Look at them. They're probably thinking of charging in, but Sicilian is only going to be the only beacon of hope. Let's see. The damage is just quite strong.
God, there the deadly catch being used up once again, but there are no minions to keep, sieging them back. But they're putting a lot of pressure, and with that, I guess that all the outer turrets will be cleaned up, and ET will want to try to get an inhibitor for themselves. They do have the potential with the comp they're running. A one glorious pathway could zone them out like they're doing right now. There is the benefit of the glorious pathway, allowing Bane and team to get a free hit. The deadly catch being used up once again. Jimmy and will be zoned out, but Alpha charge being used up perfectly, but the AOG is there. Cecilion with the bat impacts. Could he do it?
No.
He's the only one left standing. He has to pull off a miracle. He needs to give us a miracle somehow. The minions are marching down on the bot side. They will be definitely going for an end. Will be managing to somehow survive. I don't think no one's looking at the bot side minions though. Look at that, Suzumi being really sneaky, using the Spirit of Destruction. This could be an end. It is a killing spree. There's 5 more seconds before these teammates are up. 1 second, Demolition is already up. He will be jumping in to use the ult, but it's not there just yet. He's still on cooldown. The Raising Sandstorm being used up defensively. The Blazing Duet is also killing spree for Legend, but the shutdown is there. They have lost 2 inhibitors, but they managed to stay in this fight for now. Fight to Win is definitely fighting, and they do not want to let go of this game 1 just yet.
That is quite intense. For a second, I really thought Beam will be able to defend, but that Spear of Destruction just landed, taking him down. A full wipeout, but those 5 seconds were just not enough for them to end. Akai bought enough time for Alpha to be back, and Claude just melted right there. Like, what just happened? Claude charged in with the Blazing Duet. Instead of melting other people, he melted himself. He's definitely going to be needing to buy a little bit like Wind of Nature. Okay, bot lane.
Ooh, on the bot lane. Oh my god, the speed of destructions coming out from Suzumi have been on point this game. I don't think he has missed a single one at right now. He chooses not to TP onto some, but he has definitely landed every single one of them. Someone has to ban this guy's Moskov in game 2. We definitely might be seeing that. But look at that Legend once again being an absolute menace. But look at that. Cecilion with the Wishing Lantern, the glowing wand, and I think another item is doing a lot more damage this time. But look at the damage to Suzumi.
Beam almost got taken down.
That was just the passive of the Moscow hitting. There was no other skill shot. But look at that, the Akai trying to do a little CC, but Suzumi, no one is there to catch him out just yet. The bloody impact being used, the Claude with the beautiful Blazing Duet, pokes down Bid, nearly gets a double kill, but that's not gonna be enough for now. Beam there, gets caught out really low, but no, that's not the play Suzumi had to do. The shutdown. Moscow will fall.
Whoa,
This might be a turnaround for Fight to Win. They have all the
it's
resources needed. There's nobody there to stop Bait from escaping. Will Demolition be able to get the kill? No, he will not. He has to back off, and now they have to defend the waves, the Lord marching down from all lanes. But despite the scoreboard looking so skewed, Fight to Win is doing such a great job with the defense.
that was not the play to make Suzumi, just like you mentioned. I feel like he shouldn't have gone in because he just took the bait of the heavy spin and got pinned right inside that wall. And they're going to be losing 4 of their members. There's definitely a bounty play happening because look at that. The goal lead is coming so the goal lead wouldn't be mattering that much in the later phases, but it is quite impressive what Team Fight to Win just did because I mean, Sicilian is already scaling up and we are reaching 15 minutes into the clock. So that means Eliminators, they have to watch out because Mir, there was a little slight mispositioning. And look at the itemization. Sicilian has almost full build. He's only lacking 1 item. Claude also has a new okay, there's an engage.
Ooh, the glorious pathway is being used up. Will this be the game? The deadly catch coming in from the backline picks up the kill on
It's
Beam.
over.
This could be over. The dreams of Fight to Win, but it's still there with the alpha charge. But Art is not gonna let them have that. He will be denying their dreams as game 1 looks to be coming to an end. It's only Lukum having to pull off a miracle defense. He does not have any of his ultimates just yet. This could be a very, very tough game. I do not think it's going to be possibly get stunned down, shut down. And with that, game 1 to ET. And you know, one thing we have noticed with ET is the second the game starts crossing the 14th minute mark, they will kind of struggle in drawing out the game to an end. Unless they manage a wipeout. But the second they do that, the game is usually ending by 15 minutes. But post 15 minutes, the win rate of ET in qualifying games kind of falls down dramatically. But this game ended, you know, in time for ET.
Yes, quite true. I mean, we just saw it is not actually there was a misplay from Suzumi, but other than that, rest of the members also fell down one by one. The only one standing was Bid, and he was also surviving at like 1 HP. If there was any follow-up, he would have also gotten taken down, and it would have been a wipeout. Thank God they had the Lord, and because of that, Team Fight to Win was forced to stay in the base and not push a single turret. But still, just like I mentioned, Eliminators, they have to watch out in the next game, I feel like, because I mean, Fight to Win have seen their strategy, and this Moscow is definitely gonna get banned into the next game. And with that, I'm gonna feel like the draft will change slight a bit, and let's see what Team Fight to Win has in store for us. After all, this is best of 3. Everybody wants to see a game number 3 because that is where things get interesting. But Eliminators, they have a chance to make a clean sweep, and I'm really looking forward to. What do you think, Baldo?
I feel like Fight to Win did show potential, and
Indeed.
we could be turning it around. You know, they did have the possibility to do it, but I feel like they forced that engage in the last. They did not have to step out of their turret. They could have played under the turret and they let Beam get picked off. The second Beam died, that game came to a conclusion. The conclusion was kind of set in stone at that point.
Exactly. I also highly agree with you on that because Beam got taken out, and that's the point where they started lacking their damage. Because Alpha does have damage, so does Khalid, but it's not that enough. And Claude is Lukham. He's a little behind, not exactly behind, but still, he's a little squishy. He's not able to deal that much of the damage either. So, yep. And you know, it is quite impressive. Fight to Win. They really showed their, you know, their fighting spirit into this game. But I'm looking forward to what they bring into the next game. Hopefully, they take in the notes they've taken. And I really, really highly agree with you. They should have stayed in the base, played the safe game, let Beam farm up because. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a break. And we'll be right back with game number 2.
For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
boss.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back again to India's Showdown Season 1 powered by Indian Gaming Corps. And this is going to be the game number 2 between Team Eliminators and Fight to Win. Quarterfinals, best of 3 elimination round. First game being taken by Eliminators already. And it was quite a close call because Fight to Win almost had the win into their hands, but they got a little impatient and they lost out the game. So let's see what they have in store for us for game number 2. I'm gonna be your caster again. It's Ray, and joining me would be the great Baldudu. So Baldudu, what a game we just had.
And yeah, man, it was a really exciting watch. Like the game did drag on towards like the later end of 15. It went to a super late game where the game could have gone anywhere, despite ET having a firm control of the early game. But I think they did a great job in the end, especially the deadly catch coming out from that side. That was beautiful to watch and allowed ET the end with a complete wipeout.
Indeed. And we'll have to see what they have in store for us because Eliminators, they were struggling a little bit into the later phases. So if Fight to Win, either they can try to stop the snowball that ET tried to do, or play a little bit more patient game because they almost were cooking up a comeback into the later phases. So let's see what they want to do because, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading into the draft phase as it's in your screen. And let's see what is their strategy gonna be. So far, Fight to Win just proceeding with the traditional meta ban and ET paying respect to Bando on that Alucard. Nothing special this much. So uh, after the first game, Baldudu, do you think there should be something new ban or new pick for the hands of Team Fight to Win if they want to win this game?
I think rather than the bans, I would feel like it has to go with the next part of their picks because they did ban okay in the previous game, but they need to work on kind of contending for picks. It was really not worth picking the, what is that hero called? It's not worth picking up the Cecilion or the Alpha in your first two picks. They are not that good of a pick where you need to waste the first two picks for that. You could have opted to go for something like the Hylos or the Gato. You could have even stolen away the Moscow, in case you felt that these guys were ET could be pulling up with a Fanny. So they had options on that. They could have also stolen the Eve for themselves along with the Gato. But that was a little confusion coming out from my side as to why they gave those many heroes to ET.
That is quite true. I mean, they're such contenders in the early phase. So it's going to be interesting if they're going to be making the same mistake or not into this game as well. But Team 80, though, they're proceeding with caution. They know that Hylos could be gone into the hands of F2W. So they're just going to be proceeding to ban him out, as well as the Bruno. He is just being a complete menace. And F2W is also doing the same, paying respect to Godot Kata. And let's see what is Team Eliminator's first pick this time around, because the options are quite a lot into their hands as well. The Phobius is open, and I also believe Khalid can be a good contender. Let's see what they want to go for. What do you think?
Well, Khalid, yes, he did a decent job in the previous game, but I think the Khalid was not he didn't really get a chance to shine with the lack of early game coming out from Fight to Win's draft. And I think that is another issue. where Fight to Win has to manage between their scaling comp and actually having heroes that let them get to that scaling without being punished left and right. Because that's what happened in the last game. They were getting a few crucial shutdowns, but they did not have any damage in the early game to even hold their minions against the Bane. So, but right now they managed to get a Matilda for themselves, which is an absolutely amazing resource for them. But at the same time, they have given up the Phoveus. So, it is still hit or miss. We have to see the first three picks from both teams to really decide the tempo of this game. And yeah, the Suyo is still open, Ray. What are your thoughts on that?
Yep, Suyu is still open, but let's see if Mir is quite proficient at it or not. Because I'm not really that familiar with his playstyle compared to Sir Moon. So let's see what he really wants to go for. At the same time, they're giving away the Matilda. Is it a precaution to Phoveus? Like they just don't want to give out the Phoveus, or they have a different strategy? Because I feel like Matilda is much more of a priority pick. Because I mean, she just enables so much roaming potential, and in this game where you have to control most of the lanes, Matilda just provides so much utility. I mean, if you know Mir wants to go on Bane again, he can just pick up the Matilda easily because he can traverse the lanes much easier. They can pick up an Aurora as well because the rotation is much faster. So let's see what you really want to go with, because this time though, there's a Valentina coming into the play. What's your thoughts on all of this?
Yeah, so the Valentina pick is quite interesting because like they were apart from the Matilda ult, nothing has been really shown coming out from the side of Fight to Win that is necessitating this kind of pick. But yeah, it's probably just like a stopgap because they felt like the Matilda Circling Eagle will be a really good combination with the Claude or even with just the Phoveus to start and engage, because the Phoveus mixed with his S2 flicker, like that is a deadly combo because you have five jumps back to back slamming down if played right. So,
Mm-hmm.
that is a good play. Meanwhile, on the other end, I'm a little conflicted about the pick on the Yuzong because the Yuzong does not necessarily win the lane against the Phoveus. It's a very even-ish matchup, but the
Indeed.
Yuzong could do a better job zoning out someone like the Claude because he can catch him really well with his S3.
Hmm. I highly agree with you. Yuzhong, it's a 50-50. Sometimes Yuzhong might be able to win out with a good, it's a chance. So yeah, just like you said, it's even. But at the same time, the zoning capability is much better, just like you mentioned. So Claude has to watch out. So I feel like it is, I guess, a decent pick. They do have the Matilda, so Yuzhong might be able to rotate much faster compared to this Phoveus, who will have to watch out his lanes for any split push. I mean, after all, I feel like Matilda is overall. I mean, I'm glazing her quite a lot because I feel like she's very strong, in my opinion, at least. But anyways, looking at the second phase of the ban, F2W considering a chip ban this time. That is interesting because we didn't see it in the previous game. And on the other hand, ET is going for the Moscow ban. I mean, ET is just smelling. Maybe they know that F2W is going to be, picking up their heroes, and they're just banning them out, making sure to choke all the possibilities of getting defeated by their own spells.
Hmm. And yeah,
Okay.
like the link pickup is interesting. You have the Tempest of Blades. It will be a good resource to actually bait out the Phoveus. You could expect the Phoveus to jump in and then Link can dash out with the blades. But at the same time, if the Phoveus lands his enhanced basic attack on Link during his ultimate, Link's sword pickup could get disrupted and he could get killed off. So
True.
yeah, he has to be very careful when he's making such plays.
I mean, that is also, in my opinion, humble opinion at least, I feel like it's a very weird thing because with Matilda, you always want to go in for the fighter jungler because simple reason, who is your frontliner? Because Yuzong is not the tankiest of fighters who can take the most hits. He's more of a hero that deals damage with his star residue and his way of the sorry, not way of the dragon, black dragon. So I mean, I feel like their frontliner is very, very weak at this point of the game. What do you think? Because there is a Fanny coming into the scene by Team ET right now. Okay, what? Gold lane?
Wow. Okay. 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 Interesting. You know, I saw Fight to Win actually. ET once ban out the Zilong, and I thought they were trolling with the last ban on the Zilong in a previous game. I think it was the Swiss rounds, but I don't think they were. It's a legitimate ban because Fight to Win has actually picked up the gold lane Zilong. This is gonna be something to watch, and I'm not sure if it's gonna pay off because this is a very, very high risk, high reward comp. There is nobody to frontline on this team except for
Exactly.
Yuzong, and he will be taking a lot of punishment from a lot of people. The Fanny, there's the Fanny, there's the Claude, there's a lot of people he has to watch out for. But if this pays off and Zilong reaches the late game, this Zilong will possibly be farming savages, in my opinion, if it goes till that stage.
Indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of Dawn. And this is gonna be the game number 2 between Team Eliminators and Fight 2, when best of 3 Eliminators already securing the first game into their hands. And I'm gonna be your caster Ray, and joining me would be Ball Doodoo. So, anyways, with the drafts being finalized, the surprise Zilong pick coming into the hands, Gold Lane. But it is funny enough, Gold Lane Zilong, at least in paper, makes sense. He's a late game hero. He scales off with crit. So let's see how he performs. And Zilong at the same time, he's a I feel like he's a decent counter for Fanny as well. What do you think?
It is a good option. It's like something like Edith, but it's much easier to pull off compared to the
Indeed.
Edith because you have to actually like manually land on. But with Zilong, you have to just tap the S1 as fast as possible when Fanny is rushing towards you. And it's also a better option in the gold lane. You might kind of struggle with the lane freeze, but it's not that hard to break the lane freeze with someone like Art. And uh, if Art is on the opponent, you
Okay.
have your teammates to protect you. Look at that demolition. Surprisingly, it's demolition on the jungle this time with Bandos being sent to the gold lane with Lukum playing the roam. I mean, there's a lot of role swaps coming out from the side of Fight to Win. This is the deciding game for them, but they are so confident making such a massive decision as the first turtle will be up. Link going towards his red. It doesn't look like any intention from them to start the turtle. They know the Fanny can't really melt that turtle as fast as other junglers.
Indeed,
But
that is
on the bot side, Jimmy gets popped out really low. Forced to back
okay.
off.
Looks like there's gonna be an engage.
Ooh, the damage is there. Lukum picks up the first blood despite playing the roamer. The gold lane mentality is still there to ensure he gets that last hit. But Phobius dives back in. 2 kills back to back for Eliminators as Legend. And Mir will be picking up a kill each as the turtle will be secured by the Meanwhile, the go
Okay.
on the top side. Wow. Okay.
Suzumi not
Okay.
having the best this time. This turtle will go into the hands of Team Eliminators without any competition. But as I was speaking, Bando will get taken down. After all, he's a squishy Zilong. He doesn't have any resources to run away either. He's going for the Inspire, really playing the aggressive game. Fight to win, they're definitely going all in this game with role swaps with a Zilong gold lane. They are like this is it. They are just putting everything after all, because if they lose this one, this is a elimination, and if they win it, this is gonna be a game number 3. Okay, bot lane.
Ooh, on the bot side, Legend forced to flicker out in this fight. A massive resource being used up by him that's not going to be available in this upcoming turtle. But one crazy thing I'll have to point out, look at the top side once again. Suzumi nearly gets poked out, but Art is there. Fanny with the steel cables and the cutthroat getting the kill. But it's Art getting stuck in the midst of it all. The Tempest of Blades being used up. Bit gets popped out really low. Forced to circling eagle away, not just yet. He's holding on, really, really composed, coming out from the mid laner of ET. And I think that is why this man Bid is the heart of Eliminators. His composure and the way he's so reliable in plays. He's like the second main carry of this team.
I mean, definitely mid control, river control, and the support. Everything comes from the mid lane, and Bed is playing such a good job, doing an excellent job, in my might add. And looking at the game so far, there's a 4-3 score. There's not much goal lead except for a 1K deficit into the hands of Team Fight to win. The fighters, they're just duking it out, poking each other, regenerating most of their health back. And if I was ETA right now, I feel like they should probably focus on Bando soon, and that's exactly what they're going for. Because despite the fact that Zilong, it is still a gold laner. You have to make sure he doesn't get the farm, and they're trying to chunk down, get a little bit. Okay, top lane, Bando.
Ooh, there he is, flipped up that Fanny. He nearly gets poked out. The damage is there, the fight is being there, but the IMU has been used up onto the Matilda itself. Art re-engaging, but Jimmy with the double kill. Will he get the triple? I don't think so.
Oh,
He's gonna get stopped in his tracks. The damage is too much for him to sustain, but he gets flipped over by the
it.
spear, taking down a lot of turret damages. He gets popped by Bando. Demo, on the other hand, diving in, picking up a kill onto Bid.
Ooh,
Three people down.
ooh.
Ooh, a comeback coming win by Mir as he picks up the killing spree on the jungler of Fight to Win. And this match, folks, is still very much even, with Eliminators slightly edging out in the gold side. Oh, actually, no, they're on a deficit right now of 100 gold. Not much, but yeah, I think it's even now.
Yep, it's even, quite even on both hands, and they're not going to be able to compete for the turtle just quite yet. And I just saw that Bando bought the Sky Piercer as well. He has a KD of 242, so I think it is a good investment, especially considering that he is going to be, I mean, just like you said, farming savages. That is the main thing of Geelong. Okay, bot lane, it looks like. Anyway, Jimmy will be retreating, but this turtle fight is going to be interesting because this is the last one and it has the most gold. Okay, Bando.
No, I don't think he should have stepped out that aggressively. He needs that turret right now. He does not have enough sustain on himself to, kind of making those plays. Bando has to be a little more patient. This is a late game that Fight to Win will definitely win. They have three late game heroes, but they shouldn't be forcing the issue. And speaking of forcing the issue, they have forced a kill on the bot side and the turret. As Suzumi gets another kill on the jungler. And this is the issue. They do not have an early game for themselves. But Lukum picking up a solo kill onto Suzumi sets the tone right back for them. And it seems like both teams do not really have a fixed game plan in mind. It looks like a very haphazard, rotation coming out from both sides. There's no fixed idea as to what their win condition is.
That is so on point because I feel like I mean, both of the dogs are little weak, especially Fight to Win, especially there is no frontliner onto their hands, and they're just engaging on and on. Look at that.
Like the IMU being used up, I'm kind of confused, but a beautiful shot, knock up with the furious dive. The interruption coming in by YZ is so key right now. They use the dive. Legend will be popped down really low, not before he picks up a kill for himself. The blazing duet still going strong. Legend still alive and unstoppable being picked up. Will he get the third kill? Yes, they will. Three people down from Fight to Win, and these are not the plays you want to be making. Bando in a very, very risky position. I'm kind of confused as to why
Okay.
he did that, but he does manage to get a kill for himself. Bid will fall, nearly gets down Suzumi too. But as I said, the goal difference, it's still too early in the game to be making such plays. Your comp will start scaling from the 10th minute onwards, and you are nowhere close to that. And by doing so, they're kind of giving away the hard earned advantage they had in the early game to themselves. They're
Exactly.
kind of giving it away.
Yeah, they're giving it away quite early on. But it is, I mean, just like you mentioned, they have the late game. So if Eliminators they are not able to seize this game, just like before, this game might actually be into the hands of Fight to Win. But at the same time, they're playing so aggressive. Looking at the mid lane, though, there might be a potential engage.
Ooh, there it is. Chaotic energy, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill on Lukum. But it's
Probably.
definitely able to force the recall as Art picks up the kill on Demolition. This is not a fun game for the Ling. He is getting punished by literally everybody, even the Claude, who is actually supposed to be countering. But look at that. A beautiful play coming up. Legend forcing out the Black Dragon form. There is no way Yuzong should be able to escape out of this, but he does. I am so
Yeah,
confused as to how the Yuzong was allowed to get away with that.
I think.
Ooh,
Okay.
this is getting used up once again. Art gets popped down really low, is able to back out. They're trying to siege down this mid turret. Ling diving once in again. Bid has to, go in with the IMU used up defensively as the
Okay.
cutthroat. No, the play to make as a shutdown being picked up, but the blazing duet connects on to 4, gets a kill. Beam gets the clap back onto Legend, and this fight is in the favor of Fight to Win as they get the jungler and the EXP laner. This is a really great fight for them. Bid, in an attempt to equalize the score, does not get the kill on Lukuma. Suzumi poking down that Lord really fast, being really cheeky, knowing that this Ling is all the way on the bot side and they have no vision on the Lord.
Exactly, and this is just gonna go into the hands of Bed. No contestant whatsoever. There was no vision because Luke Cam had to recall back to his base. So they were quite picky. They took all the possibilities and knew this is not gonna be stolen. This is a free one, and they will just be melting it out. Suzumi, okay, top lane, Black Dragon.
Oh, I don't think
Whoa.
he's going to be escaping out of this one, but yes, he does. Lukem with the beautiful play. Once again, getting the shutdown on the marksman, but Legend diving in once again gets the win as the Phobius always does against the Yuzong. Baits out the flicker. Demolition dives back in, loses half of his HP before this fight has even begun. The Tempest of Blade with a beautiful two-man knock-up. He gets the double kill. There is the highlight play for the Ling. He redeems himself with that beautiful performance, collecting those swords, taking down the mid duo of ET.
That was somehow again positive into the hands of Fight to Win, and this is not really looking good for Team Eliminators because look at the score, it's coming quite close. Even the goal lead, it's becoming quite negligible because both of the teams are coming to the point of 33,000 gold into 11 minutes. It was when Eliminators gets a little lead, it's easy to end the game, and if this keeps going on, Ling, Zilong, and Brazilian, they're gonna hit so hardly with their attack and crit damage. And I feel like Zilong also has the Sky Piercer, so he probably has like maybe just 20 stacks for now. But yeah, they also have the Flask of Races and all the shields for their sustain. And into this later phase, I don't feel like Suzumi will have enough damage to burst. I mean, sorry, deal enough DPS to take anybody down. And Lukham is being a quite nuisance. He is the support, but look at that, 3 kills into his hands, all solo.
And I think Lukum is the heart of this comp because he's the one who's the main engage for them apart from Jimmy. Because Jimmy is technically the tank at this point for them. It is
Indeed.
Lukum who technically does make the setup for them, as the Cecilion is literally a nuke for them. He's a tactical nuke at this point. His job is to press a button and ensure he sees the HP bars of his opponents disappear. You know, he's like that. He's like the Hulk at this point, demon. But look at that, Lukum is gonna
Okay.
get poked out. No way he's gonna be able to sustain the onslaught of damage coming out from Suzumi as the dive in comes in once again. Bid with a beautiful flicker, baiting out the Tempest of Blades, but the Petrify not enough as Jimmy will fall to Mir's Cutthroat and the Steel Cables. A double kill picked up. Bando will fall too, and once again the trio will collapse from the side of Fight to Win. There is a split push coming out by Demolition, but once again they push back to their inhibitors.
Looking at the map, it is quite obvious that despite the team fights just going into the hands of anybody, the last one though was won out by Eliminators, and the map control is definitely into their hands as well. Okay, Suzumi getting caught out. That was not a good decision, but okay, Fanny. She's looking for Ling, but I think he will be able to retreat. But looking at the Lord, it's the luminous one, and it has already spawned. That means their inhibitors are gonna be in jeopardy. They need to make sure. Okay, engage into the top lane.
Ooh, and this is the best time for them to take the fight. As Suzumi is still not up. Legend diving in. He's gonna get isolated, forced, and he gets picked off as the Berserker Fury is being picked up by the Zilong. This is a massive, massive play for them as the double kill picked up by
Oh
Bando.
no.
And as this game drags on to even later, Demolition, Bando, all of them are gonna become so hard to kill and so hard to survive and sustain against. And you know, the one crazy thing about this game is that nobody can roam freely, even this long, because a gank from anybody could be deadly in this game. It could beat the Claude, beat the Fovis, be it Art or the Vanny, or the four from the side of Fight to Win. Like it's gonna be a very very crazy 1v1 matchup in every single possibility.
Whoa, Demolition just bought the Blade of Despair, and that damage is going to be hitting very hard. He already has the Berserker's Fury, the Endless Battle, the Hasa's Claw, and he just bought the Despair as well. So he really wants to make sure that Suzumi doesn't stand a chance and gets taken down. Okay, top
The
lane, there's
Black
the Black
Dragon.
Dragon.
Ooh, I think this is just it's not really a play coming out. I'm kind of
Intermission.
confused why they use three major ultimates before the Lord actually crashes the inhibitor. but I
That is
think they're
weird.
just confident in being able to, they just want to
Mhm.
clean the outer turrets with this Lord. But look at that, there's a dive in Legend and the Blazing Duet coming in. Three people cleaned up completely. Bando forced to escape with his life, dashing away. He has to somehow sustain against Legend as a Lord will be marching in. Legend trying to do something on the top side by himself against the Zilong, but nothing will come out of it. Will they manage to get the inhibitor? Yes, they do. What was that?
That
How did that happen, man? That is not
okay.
supposed to happen. Like, how your base should not be sieged by just the Lord itself. I feel
I
that
think
both the teammates
yes.
got distracted and ET kind of gave up an inhibitor for no use.
Yeah, they got a little bit too distracted. I feel like Legend's overextension was a little bit unnecessary because you can't really burst down a Zilong in a one versus one, can you? At this point of the game. So yeah, he should have stayed in the base and zoned out the Lord. But okay,
Ooh, there is the shutdown. Demo will fall, and that does set the tempo. Once again, fight to win, always playing like the underdog despite having the winning draft at this point of time. It is 16 minutes into this game. Fight to win should definitely have more control in this game with the comp. And look at the
mm,
damage coming in from that bat impact. A half
Suzumi
of
just got
George
shut down.
HP just
Yes.
gets
Okay,
messy.
Lucan,
Even Lukum
Lucan.
knows he can actually solo Suzumi at this point if Suzumi does not have his ult.
Oh,
Oh
what?
my oh wow. Nah, that those are not the kind of positions you should be
Nah.
taking this late in the game. It is the 16th minute mark. The respawn timers are insanely long, and every death is a punishment to your team.
I feel like Bonda got okay. Mir really edging fight to win right now. Okay, Black Dragon forced out.
Ooh, the Black Dragon forced to
Ooh,
escape. He manages to survive, buys enough time as Demolition
ooh,
on the top side, trying to avoid the split push. But Suzumi gets the kill onto Beam, and this could be the turnaround. They could force the end as there's nobody to really lane clear apart from the ranged main lane clear apart from Cecilian. If Cecilian falls, it's gonna be very very difficult for them to sustain a siege. Demo dashes out already, and he's gonna be giving up this Lord, the 17th minute Lord. This is gonna be an extremely tanky one that's gonna be up in the next few seconds as Demo has fallen down. Oh no, as Godzilla has fallen down, and it's gonna be very difficult without your main tank in this fight. Ooh,
okay.
Blade using up the IMU Tempest of Blades. Fanny diving right back in. The Tempest being used up by Demo. He gets a very, very important kill in the name of the bid as they're still going to be sustaining in
Ooh,
this fight. The Sheesh, this far the mid turret will fall, but the Lord marching down the mid side, they will manage to defend it for now as Art has to escape away, will manage to do so, but look at the damage coming out from this
okay.
man. Winterplay is there. Suzumi dives back in, not expecting to do that, and
Yo,
he's gonna get popped. His immo is down. He will get immobilized and taken down as Demo picks up a double kill for himself. Two
two people.
main, three people down from the side of ET. Will they be able to survive this siege? Fanny and Legend have to pull off a miracle.
What just happened? What just happened? Because Legend, he's all alone himself.
Legend just
Okay,
got wow, the damage was just so much. Bid is back in action, but Bid is gonna get zoned out really fast. Demo does take a lot of damage, and they should be successful in sieging down this inhibitor. Fanny
okay.
has to pull off a miracle
Ooh,
play, but Bid gets instantly shredded. This is gonna be the end. The Raging Sandstorm being used up, but there is
it's
no
over.
way he can defend it as fight to win. Take this to game 3. We have a tiebreaker at hand.
Fight to win definitely fought the fight of their lives because they. Oh man, what a game we just had. Despite a lot of misplays from both of the teams, there was miscommunications, I feel like, and also a lot of bad decisions. Despite that, fight to win will be securing this game. And it was quite evident, Baldado, even though if we might be, discussing in the favors of Eliminators, I feel like, I mean, this is the weakness. Eliminators have a hard time sieging the late game. And I feel like F2W really realized that thing into the previous game, and they just pushed this game into later and later on. Looking at the clock, 18 minutes 42 seconds, that is massively late game. And at this point of the game, team Fight to Win just scaled up so badly, especially Zilong. Zilong and Sicilian melted Legend so fast he didn't even have a second to pop off any Winter Crown or anything at all.
And look at that, man. That was a very, very clean game. Actually, no, I'm kind of lying if I said that's a clean game. It could be a clean end coming out from both teams. But yeah, that was a clean end coming out from Fight to Win. They finally could realize the potential of the comp the second they started playing together instead of, trying to make individual highlight plays, which is an issue of discipline I have noticed frequently. I think both of us saw these teams in game two looking exceptionally scattered. It didn't look like a five man, it looked like a random team. And a lot of moments, the way they took the fights. Um, I'm not trying to like really point out anything in like it's not a kind of I'm not trying to put either team down, but it's a criticism because I've
Mhm,
noticed the second the draft is kind of scattered from the one they know. ET
mhm,
kind of scrambles to get a win from somewhere because they
mhm.
got all the inhibitors. They had the end.
Yes, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed it. This is gonna be a game three because Fight to Win will be forcing that one, and we'll be right back into it after a short break, giving the players and the casters a little bit breather. So come back and join us again and tune in for the tiebreaker match between Team Eliminators and Team Fight to Win. As we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
Killing spree! Double kill! Killing spree! Victory!
For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
I'm the boss.
For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
चलिए देवी और सच में देखिए ऐसे बड़े बड़े शहरों में छोटी छोटी गलतियां होती रहती है, लेकिन अभी चलिए गलतियों के लिए टाइम नहीं है, क्योंकि आप लॉर्ड को देखें तो लॉर्ड इन्वेटर टावर तक पहुंच चुके थे, लेकिन रोका जाएगा। चलिए एलसीएफ यहाँ पे वन साइडेड मैच लेके जा चुके हैं। आप बॉबी को देखें, बॉबी का यहाँ पे जलवा चल नहीं रहा है। बॉबी का चलिए यहाँ पे डोबी बना के रख दिया है इन्होंने, क्योंकि मात्र 4 किल करने में कामयाब हो पाए हैं बॉबी। और लक्स में चटफट टीम एलसीएफ लेके जा चुके हैं किस खेल। चलिए डाइवर्जन का इस्तेमाल जरूर किया जाएगा यहाँ से, चाहते जरूर है कि एक जो टावर इनको परेशान कर रहा है उसको यहाँ पे पिकअप किया जाए। चलिए पोकी पाइन तैयार जरूर है, ओएस उनके पास जरूर है, लेकिन आप एरर को देखें, वो तैयार है मॉस्को के साथ एरर मचाने के लिए टेरर। तो आप देखें इन्होंने जो है 7-1-7 का कोर जो है जड़ दिया है। दूसरी तरफ पोकी पाइन कितना कमाल का गेम प्ले इनकी तरफ से आ रहा है, क्योंकि 6 किल निकाल चुके हैं अपनी टीम के लिए और मार एक भी नहीं, और 10 लोगों को मारने में अपना योगदान भी दे चुके हैं। लॉम लॉम उनके पास हायाबुसा जरूर है। तो देखते हैं कि टीम मोबी की साइड चले तो उनके जो हाइपर है वो चल नहीं पा रहे हैं। बॉयको जो अच्छा खासा यूजोंग खेल जरूर लेते, हमने उनका गेम प्ले देखा हुआ है बॉयको का काफी गेम्स के अंदर, लेकिन आज चलिए वो भी चल नहीं पा रहे हैं। आप देखिए बेयरट्रिक्स तो वो भी नहीं चल पा रहे हैं, लेकिन क्या ये लेट गेम में सिसिलियन के जो स्टैक्स जमा होंगे तो उससे कुछ बदलाव, उससे कुछ परिवर्तन देखने को मिलेगा, या फिर एलसीएफ अगली बार जब 41 सेकंड के बाद लॉर्ड का आगमन होगा तो वो लॉर्ड के साथ अंत करते हुए नजर आएंगे और उसके साथ चलिए लॉम एक किल निकालने में कामयाब जरूर हो जाएंगे। जॉब बम तैयार है, वो रोकना चाहते हैं, लेकिन उनको भी पीछे आना पड़ेगा अभी के लिए, क्योंकि आप देखें तो टीम बॉबी 4 लोग तैयार है, क्योंकि आंसू को यहाँ पे घेरा गया है। मिड लेन की तरफ मध्यांतर लेन में फाइट हो सकती है, लेकिन अभी देखें आप तो 12 मिनट का समय जो है वो हो चुका है, यानी कि ये जो सिग्नल है, ये जो संकेत है वो है इनहैंस्ड लॉर्ड का। इनहैंस्ड लॉर्ड अब आने वाले हैं, चलिए वो आ चुके हैं और उनके आसपास टीम लक्स में चिटफट आ चुकी है तैयार करने के लिए। थोड़ा सा चलिए यहाँ पे स्कोर ज़्यादा हो चुका है, अभी 22 हो गया, नहीं तो फिर थोड़ा सा लेट हो गए हम। 21 दिन में पैसा डबल, इनका जो स्लोगन रहता है वो परफेक्ट मैच हो जाता है इनके ऊपर। और चलिए आप ऑरेंज बफ के लिए जाएं, लेकिन क्या ऑरेंज बफ आपको ज़रूर मिल जाएगा, लेकिन क्या लॉर्ड आपको मिलेगा? जी नहीं, लॉर्ड तक वो आना भी नहीं चाहेंगे। वो नहीं चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पे एक आध प्लेयर कोई गवाया जाए। आप लेवल डिफरेंस देख सकते हैं, आप देखें लॉम जो अपनी टीम के लिए हाइपर कर रहे हैं तो नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा पहुंचे, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ यहाँ पे खतरा जरूर है। पोकी पाइन फिर से चले, वो तैयार थे, लेकिन एओजी का इस्तेमाल होगा किस लिए? भागने के लिए। वो एओजी का इस्तेमाल करके भागने में जरूर कामयाब हुए, लेकिन एक बार फिर से लॉम चले और काफी अच्छा डैमेज देके बाहर आ चुके हैं। उनको भी पता था कि यहाँ से बाहर निकलना जरूरी है इस समय के लिए। एक बार फिर से चलिए डाइवर्जन का इस्तेमाल जरूर होगा। वो पहुंच चुके हैं, वो इन्वेटर टावर के अंदर, वो आपके घर के अंदर है और घर के अंदर से वो किल निकालना चाहते हैं, वो वहां पे घुस के मारना चाहते हैं। तारीफ कीजिए यहाँ पे मैथिल्डा की, किस तरह से उन्होंने पोकी पाइन को एस्केप करवाया है। वो जानते थे, कॉन्फिडेंट था अपने दोस्त के ऊपर, अपने साथी के ऊपर, तो आसानी के साथ वो निकल के भी गए। चलिए लॉर्ड मार्च इन करते हुए, लॉर्ड दहाड़ते हुए, लॉर्ड सर्वनाश करने के लिए आए हैं। एरर तैयार है, एरर मारना चाहता है। गॉड लाइक उनको मिल चुका है, डबल किल के साथ लेजेंडरी कंप्लीट करेंगे। मेनियाक हो सकता है, लेकिन टावर बचेगा नहीं। चलिए मेनियाक से ज्यादा जरूरी थी जीत, और जीत लेके गए हैं टीम लक्स में चिटफंड। बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का ये मुकाबला है, पहला जीत उन्होंने अर्जित कर लिया, एक जीत और वो क्वार्टर फिनाले से सीधा आगे के राउंड के लिए प्रवेश कर जाएंगे। लेकिन टीम बॉबी को चाहिए कमबैक। क्या टीम बॉबी कर पाएगी कमबैक? ये गेम माना जाता है कमबैक के लिए, लेकिन क्या ये पॉसिबल हो पाएगा? आप देखिए 26 किल लेके गए हैं टीम लक्स में चिटफंड, मात्र 5 किल कर पाए हैं जवाबी हमले में बॉबी। 13 मिनट 51 सेकंड का ये गेम चला है और उसके बाद हमको रिजल्ट जरूर मिला है। दूसरे लॉर्ड के साथ खत्म किया गया। पोकी पाइन लेके गए हैं मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल प्लेयर का खिताब। हालांकि अच्छे खासे उन्होंने थंडरबेल के स्टैक जो है जमा कर लिए। तो मज़ेदार गेम प्ले, पूरा एक टीम वर्क देखने को मिला टीम लक्ष्मी चिटफंड की तरफ से। लक्ष्मी चिटफंड जो है वो आज मारने के मूड में है, वो आज खदेड़ने के मूड में है। अब देखते हैं कि अगले मैच में क्या टीम बॉबी कमबैक कर पाएगी या फिर लक्ष्मी चिटफंड एक 2-0 से ये मैच
I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
I'm the boss.
For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
वेलकम बैक देवी स्वागत है आप सभी का एक बार फिर से। हम लोग वापस आ चुके हैं इंडिया शोडाउन सीजन 1 क्वार्टर फिनाले के लिए। हम लोग पहुंच चुके हैं। एक तरफ खेल रहे हैं टीम बॉबी, उनके सामने खेल रहे हैं टीम लक्स में चिटफंड, जो कि करने आई है 21 दिन के अंदर अपना पैसा डबल। पहला मैच जीत चुके हैं, एक अंक अर्जित कर चुके हैं। बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का ये मुकाबला है। अगर ये मैच वो जीतते हैं तो सीधा चले जाएंगे आगे के राउंड के लिए। मैं हूं आपका दोस्त एसएम गेमर और मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं
और मैं
लोनली हार्ट।
लोनली हार्ट।
जी
तो
लोनली
भाई
हार्ट,
देखते हैं हम लोग
बताइए
का
पहले
फर्स्ट
मैच के बाद
मैच।
क्या लग रहा है आपको? हम पूछना चाहेंगे लोनली हार्ट से कि उनको क्या लग रहा है कि पहले मैच के बाद जो है उन्होंने देखा कि किस तरह से मैच चल रहे थे। शायद वो कुछ टेक्निकल समस्याएं से जुड़ रहे हैं, तो शायद उनका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है। तो उनसे पूछेंगे कि आपको क्या लग रहा है कि ये वाला मैच जो है कौन जीत के जाने वाला है?
मुझे शायद से लग रहा है हमारे लक्ष्मी चीट फंड जीत सकते हैं।
लक्ष्मी चीट पर ये मैच जीत के जाएंगे। चलिए, आप थोड़ा सा एक्सपर्ट है तो आपकी
लग
तरफ
रहा है।
बढ़ेंगे। आपको ना बैन एंड पिक के बारे में क्या लगता है कि बैन देखिए आप, मेथिल्डा का बैन आया, बैन देखिए जुशिन का बैन आया है,
तो
अगले
फर्स्ट
कौन से बैन आ
जूसिन
सकते हैं?
मैन हुआ है। जूसिन शायद से मॉस्को आ सकता है या बैट्रिक्स आ सकता है। एमएम पे
ओके,
बैट्रिक्स और मॉस्को बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है अभी। बैनिंग फेज पे बैनिंग
ओके
फेज
तो
क्या
आप
आती है वन साइड डोमिनेट विद टीम फाइट के हिसाब से हम लोग का देखा जाए तो।
ओके, आपके हिसाब से मॉस्को का बैन आ सकता है क्योंकि लास्ट गेम में हमने देखा काफी अच्छा खेला लक्ष्मी चिट फंड ने। तो उसके अलावा
लक्ष्मी
मेथिल्डा,
चीट फंड में
लुओई या फिर जुशिन है, ये बैन के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप कि क्यों ये बैन किए गए हैं? क्या रीजन हो सकते हैं इनको बैन करने के पीछे के?
जूसिन जो हुआ टीम फाइट में बहुत अच्छा कंट्रोल रखता है मैच पे। जैसे कि जूसिन में जो उसका अपना सेकंड स्किल ऑप्शन होता है, सेकंड फर्स्ट स्किल जो ऑप्शन होता है हम लोग का, जैसे कि स्टंट करके एक साइड से मतलब कंट्रोल करना, लॉबी कंट्रोल जो बोलता है ना, पूरा फुल कंट्रोल पे रखता है मैच। और जब लुई टीम फाइट में मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंडिया टीम फाइट को होने नहीं देता है। जैसे कि बहुत सारा डैमेज हम लोग को पड़ता है। जैसे कि कुछ भी टीम फाइट हो, जैसे यूजोंग जैसे हम लोग का टीम फाइट में उतरेगा, या कोई भी जैसे टीम फाइट हीरोज हम लोग का होते हैं, सन होता है, अल्फा होता है, तो उन लोग को रोकने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट काम होता है लोगों को हटाओ या टीम फाइट करने ना दो। जैसे कि हम लोग देख सकते हैं भाई, यहाँ पर गट्टू से तो ही बैन हो चुका है। गट्टू का भी डैमेज बहुत अच्छा खासा हम लोग का अभी फिलहाल के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो गट्टू का डैमेज भी बहुत अच्छा खासा है अभी फिलहाल।
जी बिल्कुल, एक्सपी लेन में काफ़ी परेशान करते हैं। और उसके साथ आप देखें तो चलिए गट्टो बैन हो चुके हैं, यहाँ पे हिल्डा भी बैन हो चुके हैं। जंगल के अंदर काफ़ी परेशानी क्रिएट करते हैं हिल्डा, तो उस हिसाब से उनका बैन भी एक लाज़मी बैन ज़रूर है। और फैनी बैन,
फैन
लोग
ही
क्या
भाई,
कहेंगे?
फैन ही बैन हो भाई फैनी तो बोला जाए तो माना एक्सपी बहुत अच्छा खासा उसका बफ दिया है फैनी को, जिसकी वजह से फैनी बफ बैन बहुत जरूरी होता है आजकल देखने में लग रहा है।
जी बिल्कुल, जैसे आप
क्योंकि
बता
फैनी
रहे हैं
अगर वो
माना बफ की वजह से।
माना बफ किया है उसका, सॉरी एनर्जी बफ किया है।
हाँ, वो वही सिमिलर है दोनों एक तरह से। और चलिए,
चलो यहाँ पर
ब्रूनो हम
फर्स्ट पिक
काफ़ी
फर्स्ट
देख रहे
पिक
हैं ना
हो
पिक
चुका है
पे।
ब्रूनो। बहुत काफी देख रहे हैं भाई, ब्रूनो बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है फिलहाल।
जी,
ब्रूनो को बस
इस
3 आइटम चाहिए। आफ्टर एक एक आइटम के बाद ब्रूनो अनस्टेबल हो जाता है।
समझ गया। इसका मतलब जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं कि कोर बिल्ड बन गया तो फिर ब्रूनो जो है काफ़ी कमाल की पारी खेलते हुए नज़र आते हैं, एक तलवार से मारते हुए नज़र आते हैं। और दूसरी साइड देखिए आप,
चलिए यहाँ पर
हाइलोज़ का
अच्छा
आगमन हुआ है और
यीव
उसके
और
साथ
हाइलोस पिक किया है। ये
जी
लोग
बताइए।
पूरा का पूरा टीम फाइट लेने का कोशिश करता है। लकी चीट फंड का हिसाब से उन लोगों ने बॉबी टीम ने अच्छा खासा बैन किया है लुओ, क्योंकि लकी चीट फंड हमेशा मैच कंट्रोल पे रखना चाहते हैं। जैसे कि देख सकते हैं ईव और हाइलस, दोनों के दोनों, हाइलस अपना डैमेज टेकिंग में बहुत अच्छा खासा डैमेज लेते हैं, और ईव जो होता है मैप हम लोग का सर्कल से बना के रखते हैं, ताकि कोई भी टीम मतलब कोई भी एनिमी के अंदर अगर घुसा तो इजीली ये लोग टेक डाउन कर सकते हैं डैमेज के साथ साथ।
जी बिल्कुल, तो उनका एक अच्छा जोड़ी बनता है उस वजह से। और दूसरी तरफ
चलिए
देखिए आप,
यहाँ
यहाँ
पर
पे प्रेमी जोड़े
दूसरी
आए
तरफ
हैं।
से देख सकते हैं
जी बताइए
प्रेमी
इनके
जोड़े
बारे
आ
में थोड़ा
चुका है
ज़्यादा।
सिसिलियन। सिसिलियन का भाई अभी भी बहुत कहने पर अब सिसिलियन का डैमेज अच्छा खासा डैमेज दे रहा है अभी फिलहाल। देख सकते हैं बैटिस, मैंने बोला था बैटिस के लिए, तो बैटिस देख सकते हैं, बैटिस पिक कर चुका है। यहाँ पर फोर्थ बैन आ चुका है सिसिलियन का भी। देखा जाए तो टीम फाइट के ऊपर दोनों का टीम ने बहुत अच्छा खासा तीन पिक हो चुका है, तीनों पिक टीम फाइट के ऊपर बहुत अच्छा खासा है।
जी बिल्कुल, और
चलिए यहाँ
जॉय
पर
का
देख
बैन
सकते
आया
हैं
है अभी।
जॉय और फोबियस, ये दोनों टीम
हुँ,
फाइट में बहुत ही ज्यादा परेशानी क्रिएट करते हैं।
जी बिल्कुल, इसीलिए कहीं न कहीं आपके हिसाब से इनको हटाना ज़रूरी है ना?
जी भाई, जरूरी है भाई। अगर फोबियस रखा तो फोबियस एक्सपी लेन में परेशान करेगा, और टीम फाइट के टाइम ज्यादातर टर्टल और लोअर के टाइम बहुत ज्यादा परेशान करता है।
जी, बिल्कुल, तो परेशानी से थोड़ा बचने के लिए इनको जो है वो चलिए बैन किया ज़रूर गया है। तो उसके बाद अब क्या लगता है कि आपको अगले पिक या फिर बैन प्रेडिक्शन कुछ लगाना चाहेंगे?
बैनिंग के ऊपर देखा जाए तो अभी एक्सपी लेन पिक नहीं किया गया, तो यूजोंग शायद से बैन कर सकते हैं लोग, ताकि एक्सपी लेन में यूजोंग ना आए, इन लोग के बैकलाइन टेक डाउन ना करे ईव को, ईव और बेट्रिस को।
समझ
तो
गया
आप
उस हिसाब से।
नहीं, यहाँ पर हाइपर बैन किया गया है।
कहीं न कहीं अच्छा हीरो निकल के आता है, उस वजह से बैन करना भी ज़रूरी बनता है। तो फिर अगले ये कि 2-2 हीरो आना बाकी है एंड 2 3-3 पिक हो चुके हैं। तो अगले कौन से 2 हीरो हो
मेरे ख्याल
सकते
से
हैं?
यूजोंग
अभी के जो पिक है
इन लोग
हाँ,
का
बताइए?
इन लोग का पिकिंग के हिसाब से मुझे लग रहा है यूजोंग पिक में आएगा।
ओके, आपके हिसाब से यूज़ोंग जो है
और
वो
रूबी,
पिक में आने वाला है और रूबी।
लक्की चिनफॉन्ट के साइज से, लक्की चिनफॉन्ट की तरफ से मुझे लग रहा है रूबी और यूजोंग में पिक आ सकता है एक्सपी लेन में।
एक्सप्लेनर की तरफ वो जा सकते हैं, तो फिर आप बॉबी में कौन से हीरो प्रेडिक्ट करने वाले हैं?
अगर इन लोगों ने यूजोंग उठाया तो मेरे ख्याल हम्म, देखते हैं, पहले फर्स्ट पिक देखते हैं भाई, क्योंकि थोड़ा बॉबी की टीम के ऊपर थोड़ा सा ये रहा। हायाबुसा पिक किया गया है हाइपर पे, अच्छा है, हायाबुसा जंगल भी अच्छा है, इजिली टेक डाउन कर सकता है ब्रूनो और सिसिलियन को। बट यहाँ पर कार्मिला अंदर जाने नहीं देंगे मेरे ख्याल से, यहाँ पर अंदर ज्यादा।
जी, बिल्कुल,
कहीं
कार्मिला
इसी
काफ़ी
वजह से
परेशान करेंगे उनको। ओके, रूबी आ
देखे,
चुका है जी।
रूबी पिक किया गया, बोल रहा था आपको रूबी आ जाएगा, तो अब यूजोंग आ सकता है इसमें। यूजोंग या मिनसितार पिक कर सकते हैं लोग।
ओके, तो रूबी का कोई अच्छा
अल्फा
काउंटर
हाइपर
कौन-सा
पे आ
रहता है?
चुका है। मैं मोस्टली टीम फाइट उसको ज्यादा करने ना दो।
लेकिन
फ्रैंक,
आप देखें
ओ
फ्रैंको
हाइलोस,
आया है।
हाइलोस एक्सपी, हाइलोस एक्सपी लेन पे जा रहा है भाई, फ्रैंको
हाय
बोरोम पे जा रहा है।
गॉट इट, फ्रैंको रोम में दिखने वाले हैं, हाइलोस जो है एक्सपी लेन में जाने वाले हैं। तो देखिए अब दोनों टीम ना रेडी हो
देखिए यहाँ
चुकी है
पर
वैसे।
हाँ बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे तरीके से रेडी हो चुकी है,
तो
बस
आपके हिसाब से कौन-सी टीम तगड़ी
बाकी
दिख रही
लोग
है
का टीम फाइट।
ऑन पेपर?
बॉबी,
बॉबी आपको ऑन पेपर अच्छे दिख रहे हैं।
तो जी भाई, तो
तो
शुरू करते हैं हम लोग का लैंड
क्या
ऑफ
लगता है
डाउनविन।
बॉबी कमबैक
फर्स्ट,
करेगा?
बॉबी टीम में इस बार वो कमबैक कर सकता है, एक मैच, दोनों मैच कमबैक कर सकता है, लक्ष्य टीम को ज्यादा अच्छा टक्कर दे सकते हैं यहाँ पर। तो यहाँ पर फ्रैंको का हुक, पहला हुक आ चुका है अल्फा के ऊपर, देख सकते हैं। फ्रैंको हमेशा का तेरा परेशान करने में बफ में हमेशा रेडी होते हुए।
जी, बिल्कुल और चलिए देखते ही देखते वो जो है बफ सिक्योर ज़रूर कर लेंगे, तो पर्पल बफ जो है वो सिक्योर कर लिया ज़रूर गया है। अब ऑरेंज
और
बफ की तरफ
हाइलॉस,
आगे
हाइलॉस
बढ़ते
यहाँ
हुए
पर थोड़ा सा परेशान करने का कोशिश देख रहे हैं, तो हाइलॉस अपना जंगल थोड़ा हटाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ताकि फार्मिंग ज्यादा से ज्यादा कम कर सके, अल्फा को लेवल 4 जल्दी होने ना दे।
हाँ, कहीं न कहीं हाइलोज़ जो है अपनी टीम को विज़न प्रोवाइड करते हुए दिख रहे हैं, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ आप देखें तो 3
लेकिन
प्लेयर एक साथ तैनात है, तो क्या ब्रूनो के ऊपर गैंग बनता हुआ दिख रहा है हमको?
हाँ दिख रहा है, लेकिन यहाँ से बैक कौन से होते हुए दिख रहा है, क्योंकि ब्रूनो के पास फ्लिकर अवेलेबल, प्यूरीफाई अवेलेबल है, तो फ्रैंको से और यहाँ पर ब्रूनो पे अटैक हो चुका है। नहीं, यहाँ पर बैक हो जाएंगे। चलिए, ब्रूनो पे अटैक किया, लेकिन फर्स्ट ब्लो निकल चुका है फ्रैंको का।
और कमाल का चलिए गेम प्ले देखने को मिला। ब्रूनो चलिए थोड़ी देर के लिए
और
फँसे
यहाँ पर
ज़रूर थे,
मेरे
लेकिन सिसिलियन जो है वो भी चलिए देखते ही देखते घेरे जाएँगे और
जन
उनको
जा
भी
चुके
मौत के घाट उतारा जाएगा। लेकिन आप देखें
यहाँ पर
हाइलोज़ भी
बॉट
जो है
लेन
ना
पे
वो
रूबी,
घेरे गए हैं।
हाँ घेरे हुए हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर अल्फा और रूबी का कॉम्बो बहुत अच्छा है यहाँ पर,
जी बिल्कुल, कॉम्बो तो
ज्यादा
काफ़ी अच्छा है
अच्छा
और कॉम्बो के लिए ये गेम बनाया जाता है।
पड़ता है इस लोगों को।
अब देखिए आप फ्रैंको की तरफ देखें तो फ्रैंको जो
और
है वो
जैसे कि आप
कोशिश कर रहे
देख
हैं
सकते हैं,
फ्रैंको जो है वो कोशिश कर रहे हैं चलिए कुछ वहाँ से हुक वगैरह निकाल के आ जाएँ, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ जो है अल्फ़ा आसानी के साथ ना कहीं न कहीं दिखते हुए नज़र आ रहे हैं कि चलिए आसानी के साथ टर्टल तो सिक्योर कर लिया है। अब गोल्ड देखें, गोल्ड में कितना इज़ाफ़ा है
आसानी के
उतना
साथ हम टटल सिक्योर कर चुके हैं।
जी बिल्कुल, टर्टल तो
गोल यहाँ पर
आसानी
देख
से
सकते हैं हम
स्कोर
लोग
तो कर
का।
लिया ही गया है। गोल में बताइए जी, बताइए।
जैसे कि हम देख सकते हैं तो 1K का गोल लगभग कोशिश कर रहे थे, लेकिन यहाँ पर 1K गोल कर नहीं पाए, और ज्यादा से ज्यादा पास पास खेलने का बहुत सारा कोशिश किया जा रहा है।
बिल्कुल कोशिश तो अच्छी कर रहे हैं, एक बार हुक लगाने की फिर कोशिश, लेकिन चलिए हुक कामयाब हो नहीं पा रहा है। कहीं ना कहीं मुसीबत उनको भी झेलनी पड़ रही है। और देखते देखते जैसे आप बता रहे थे बॉबी ऑन पेपर आपको अच्छे दिख रहे हैं, तो चलिए उन्होंने किल तो ज़रूर निकाले हैं। लेकिन वो कहा जाता है ना कि बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का मुकाबला है, यहाँ पे एक गलती और मैच पलटी। लक्ष्मी चिटफंड जो है वो क्या कम करेगी, या तो फिर बॉबी जो है वो कम करेगी और एक एक का स्कोर यहाँ पे अर्जित करके जाएंगे लोनली।
यहाँ पर हायाबुसा का वक्त लेने दिए गए, और यहाँ पर जैसे कि मैंने बोला था, ईव का कंट्रोल, मैच कंट्रोल वही सबसे ज्यादा खतरनाक होता है। और जैसे कि हम देख सकते हैं अल्फा को इजीली किल कर दिया गया, और यहाँ पर कार्मिला भी जाएंगे, इसीलिए ना रूबी बचने में कामयाब हो चुके हैं।
चलिए बस तो जाएंगे, लेकिन देखते ही देखते आप दूसरी तरफ देखिए लक्ष्मी चिट फंड जो है वो 3 किल निकाल के जा चुके हैं, यानी कि अब किल में बढ़ोतरी उनकी तरफ से हो चुकी है। अब रोटेशन देखिए उनकी तरफ से, तो सभी योद्धा एक साथ जाते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। क्या वो घेर सकते हैं? चलिए रूबी जो है अब वो किल निकालने में कामयाब
टॉप
हुए
में
हैं, तो एक बार फिर से बराबरी हो चुकी है लॉनली।
हमें 4v4 यहाँ पर टॉप में दिख सकता है, नहीं दिख सकेगा, ये लोग वापस हो चुके हैं टीम फाइट कर नहीं लेके। तो यहाँ पर बिल्ड चेक किया जाए तो अल्फा का
वो वॉर एक्स बनाते हुए दिख रहे हैं कहीं ना कहीं, अगर आपने देखा तो अभी वॉर एक्स जो है तो
वार
उनको कहीं ना कहीं एचपी के लिए
होता
कामयाब
है।
होने वाले हैं।
तो यहाँ पर टटल आ चुका है, टटल पे देखते हैं यहाँ पर टटल टीम फाइट पे कौन स्टार्ट कर सकता है। टटल स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं बॉबी टीम, और यहाँ पर टॉप में ब्रूनो चला जाएगा, खतरनाक ब्रूनो पे गैंग होते हुए, लेकिन यहाँ पर टटल सिक्योर कर दिया है। लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से टॉप लेन और यहाँ पर बॉट लेन पे हाइलॉस को देख सकते हैं आप, हाइलॉस यहाँ पर बचने के बहुत अच्छा कोशिश करते हुए बच भी गए जाएंगे।
जो बिल्कुल ग्लोरियस पास का इस्तेमाल किया था, बच के निकलने में कामयाब हो चुके, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ देखे तो यहाँ पे घेरा जा सकता है। क्या यहाँ पे कामयाबी मिलेगी? लेकिन नहीं, चलिए कामयाबी लेके जरूर आ जाएंगे, लेकिन उनको भी चलिए मौत की घाट उतारा जाएगा। सिसिलियन जो है वो बदला लेने में कामयाब जरूर हो जाएंगे। देखते ही देखते एक बार फिर से चलिए लक्ष्मी चिट फंड एंड टीम बॉबी जो है वो कमाल की फाइट लेते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। दोनों टीम तैयार है इस मैच के लिए। तो क्या टीम बॉबी कम बैक करेगी, वो खैर मैच के साथ पता चलेगा। लेकिन एक चलिए हुक की ऐसी कोशिश थी, उनको
लेकिन
पता था यहाँ से प्लेयर आगे जा रहे हैं, लेकिन बचे। जी लोनली क्या कह रहे हैं आप?
जी नहीं, फ्रैंको का हुक हमारा भाई का लग नहीं रहा है आजकल।
जी होता है, चलिए बड़े बड़े शहरों में छोटी छोटी गलतियां होती रहती है, लेकिन वो कमाल का परफॉर्मेंस दिखा रहे हैं अपनी टीम के लिए। हालांकि
का
थोड़ा सा
परफॉर्मेंस
वहां
टीम के
पे
लिए दिखा
हुक में थोड़ा सा ना मिस्टेक हो गया,
मेन
और कुछ नहीं।
मेन रहता। हाँ, हुक हुक का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मेन क्या रहता है, फ्रैंको का अल्टीमेट, उस वो चीज सबसे परफेक्ट दे रहा है अपना। लकी चेन पॉइंट सबसे बेहतरीन हुक दे, परफेक्ट अल्टीमेट अल्टीमेट यूज हो रहा है।
जी बिल्कुल, वो जानते हैं कि किस तरह से यहाँ पे किस प्लेयर को घेरना है। वो भली बात ही उनको पता है, तो उस हिसाब से वो प्लेयर्स को घेरते हुए दिख रहे हैं, और उसकी वजह से बॉबी को थोड़ी सी परेशानी झेलनी जरूर पड़ रही है। तो एक कमाल का
मैंने
काम
जैसे कि
करते हुए
बोला था
नजर
ये
आ रहे हैं जब वो।
बॉबी टीम, जैसे कि मैंने बहुत बताया था कि रूबी पिक आ सकता है लक्ष्मी चिटफंड की तरफ से, लेकिन लक्ष्मी चिटफंड ने रूबी दे दिया बॉबी टीम को। तो बॉबी अभी बहुत ही खतरनाक रूबी से इस टीम फाइट को थोड़ा सा बैलेंस हटा सकते हैं लक्ष्मी चिटफंड का।
बिल्कुल, लेकिन इस बार देखिए हुक थोड़ा सा छोटा पड़ गया। हुक उन्होंने लगाने की कोशिश की, लेकिन जो हुक है वो पहुंच नहीं पाया सही समय पे। लेकिन चलिए टर्टल आ चुका है, टर्टल के लिए फाइट है। क्या टर्टल आसानी के साथ टीम बॉबी ले जाएगी, या तो फिर जो है लक्ष्मी चिटफंड थोड़ी सी परेशानी
थर्ड
क्रिएट
टटल
करेंगे? गया भाई।
नहीं ले पाएंगे, थर्ड टटल, तीन टटल बॉबी। चलो यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो बॉबी टीम ज्यादा से ज्यादा ट्राई कर रहे हैं अपना। चलिए यहाँ पर अल्फा का अल्टीमेट, और यहाँ पर अल्फा को घेरा जाएगा और अल्फा को मार दिया गया है। तो यहाँ पर 1v4 जैसे कि बताया गया था, रूबी अनदर सीसी द गुड।
चलिए एक बार फिर से रियल वर्ड मैनिपुलेशन का इस्तेमाल जरूर किया जाएगा। लोम लोम आगे चले, लोम लोम किल करना चाहता है, लेकिन पेट्रीफाई का किस तरह से इस्तेमाल किया गया वो देखिए। और उसके साथ कार मिला, बच के निकलने में कामयाब जरूर हो जाएंगे। एक टावर जरूर मिल जाएगा। चलिए एलामैन जो कि अपनी टीम के लिए एक योगदान देंगे। लेकिन बॉयको आप बच चुके थे, आप निकल ओके। बॉयको जो है वो चलिए उनको घेरा जाएगा और उनको मौत के घाट उतारा जाएगा। मृत्यु जो है उनके लिए निश्चित की जाएगी। तो देखते देखते अभी फिर से वापस लक्ष्मी चिट फंड जो है थोड़ा सा किल के मामले में आगे बढ़ रही है। लेकिन ये मुकाबला अभी भी किस साइड जाएगा लॉनली, वो कहना कहीं ना कहीं मुश्किल लग रहा है।
जैसे कि मैंने बताया, एक गलती खेल तमाम।
तो बिल्कुल जैसे आप कहना चाहते हैं कि एक गलती और मैच पलटी, तो क्या लगता है कौन करेगा ये गलती?
आ, लक्ष्मी सिंह फन कर सकता है, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा एग्रेसिव उन लोग की तरफ से दिख रहा है गेम। ज्यादा एग्रेसिव, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा दिख रहा है। एग्रेसिव होना अच्छी बात है, लेकिन ज्यादा होना बुरी बात है। मैच कहीं भी पलट सकता है। यहाँ पर देखा जाएगा तो यहाँ पर घेरा गया है, यहाँ पर टॉप पे हाइलर्स को यहाँ पर, लेकिन हाइलर्स यहाँ पर बचेंगे। और यहाँ पर फ्रैंको का टीम में फ्रैंको को पकड़ने की कोशिश, और यहाँ पर डबल किल निकलते हुए बैट्रिक्स ने डबल किल निकाल चुका है। और यहाँ पर रियल वर्ल्ड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग चालू हो गया, लेकिन यहाँ पर बच जाएंगे।
जी बिल्कुल बचने में कामयाब होंगे। लेकिन आप दूसरी तरफ देखिए सिसिलियन जो है वो 3 किल निकाल चुके हैं, किलिंग स्प्री उन्होंने सिक्योर कर लिया है। लेकिन दूसरी साइड आप
लेट गेम
देखिए
ज्यादा
लॉर्ड
अगर
आ
लेट गेम,
चुके हैं। जी बोलिए बोलिए।
तो आपके ख्याल से कौन लॉर्ड लेगा? बताइए आप, लकी चिट फोन या बॉबी टीम ले जाएंगे?
देखिए लॉर्ड में बात करें तो
500
लोगों जो है वो अभी आने वाले हैं। तो अभी जो ये फाइट होगी तो कहीं ना कहीं लॉम लॉम जो है थोड़े से चालाक चतुर दिख रहे हैं। तो रेटरी में अगर वो जीतते हैं तो ये लॉर्ड जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं लक्ष्मी चिट फंड जो है सिक्योर करते हुए नजर आएगी। तो ओके नहीं आ पाएंगे जोबो। आप
जैसे कि
यार
मैंने
लॉम
बोला
लॉम
था,
देखिए, लॉम लॉम
बॉबी
थोड़े
पे
दूर
ले
रह
चुका
गए।
है। तो यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पर अल्टीमेट हायाबुसा का अल्टीमेट हो चुका है, लेकिन हायाबुसा यहाँ पर पकड़े जाएंगे और अच्छे से मारे जाएंगे। चलिए यहाँ पर फ्रैंको का परफेक्ट हुक और रूबी को मारने का कोशिश, लेकिन रूबी यहाँ पर बचने में बहुत ही अच्छे से कामयाब हो चुका है। और यहाँ पर अल्टीमेट ई का आ चुका है, लेकिन यहाँ पर बच जाएंगे।
चलिए आपके सामने बिल्ड आ चुका है, आप बताइए कैसा लगा आपको अभी फिर बिल्ड के हिसाब से।
आ चुका है। चलिए यहाँ पर बिल्ड देखा जाए तो ब्रूनो का और एक बिल्ड बस बचा हुआ है। जो बिल्ड आने पर ब्रूनो खतरनाक हो सकता है अगेंस्ट बैट्रिक्स। तो यहाँ पर रूबी का किल निकालने में सिक्योर हो चुके हैं अच्छे से खासा।
ओके लेकिन चलिए लॉर्ड को तो आसानी के साथ रोका जाएगा। वो जरूर चाहते थे कि थोड़ा सा ज्यादा टावर यहाँ पे मिल जाए। लेकिन
तो
चलिए
यहाँ
उसके
पर
बाद
देखा
भी
जाए
अगर
तो
देखें तो टीम बॉबी जो है उनके पास फायदा काफी है। और टीम बॉबी जो है वो चाहते हैं कमबैक करे, क्योंकि लॉन्डली अगर यहाँ से टीम बॉबी हारते हैं तो उनका जो है काफी मुसीबत होगी। क्योंकि यहाँ पे देखिए अगर जीतेंगे तो फिर कमबैक होगा, एंड कमबैक होगा तो फिर थर्ड मैच होगा। या तो फिर लक्ष्मी चिटफंड जीत गई तो फिर बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का मुकाबला वो T0 से जीत के जाएंगे।
2-0 जीत के जाएंगे। तो यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो बॉबी टीम बहुत अच्छा खेल अपना हाइपर पे देखा जाए, अल्फा बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं। सिसिलियन का बहुत अच्छा खासा बैकअप आ रहा है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं ब्रूनो का बैकअप थोड़ा सा कम दिखाई दे रहा है अपना बॉबी टीम की तरफ। मैम का बैकअप बहुत कम दिख रहा है। और यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो बैटिस का डैमेज देख सकते हो। अब बैटिस पे पकड़ा जाएगा, और बैटिस लेकिन यहाँ बचने में बहुत अच्छा कामयाब रहेंगे। और यहाँ पर हाइलॉस की बलि चढ़ी जाएगी।
जी बिल्कुल, लेकिन आप सिसिलियन को देखिए वो काफी ताबड़तोड़ मारते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। और आप दूसरी साइड देखिए तो कहीं ना कहीं एक
और यहाँ
और
पर फ्रैंको का
किल,
किल निकाल दिया गया है।
जी बिल्कुल वो एक और किल निकालने में कामयाब जरूर हुए हैं एक बार फिर। चलिए तो ये क्या ये दूसरे लॉर्ड के साथ जब 50 सेकंड में लॉर्ड आएगा, क्या देखिए अब ब्रूनो का थर्ड आइटम आ चुका है, मैलेफिक गन जो है यानी कि उसका
तो
जो
यार
एरिया है वो बढ़ जाएगा। तो ब्रूनो का कोर बिल्ड रेडी है, तो क्या ब्रूनो अब मारना स्टार्ट करेगा?
जी भाई, ब्रूनो जैसे कि मैं देख सकता हूँ, ब्रूनो का अच्छा खासा डैमेज ब्रूनो की तरफ से आपको दिखने को मिलेगा। और यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो यहाँ पर गोल्ड की बढ़ोतरी होते हुए 2K गोल्ड के लगभग 2K गोल्ड के बढ़ोतरी दिख सकते हैं आप बॉबी टीम की तरफ। और यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो यहाँ पर ब्रूनो को हटाने के लिए आया हो सका परफेक्ट कॉम्बो यहाँ पर मैच हो गया। और यहाँ पर देखा सिसिलियन ने पकड़ा और अल्फा ने किल कर दिया। और यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो रूबी यहाँ पर को और झाइलस को पकड़ने का अच्छा खासा कोशिश, रोकने का अच्छा खासा कोशिश किया। और यहाँ पर सिसिलियन का डैमेज देखिए भाई आप।
सिसिलियन तो अभी काफी ताबड़तोड़ तरीके से मारते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। अगर उनको नहीं रोका गया तो कहीं ना कहीं टीम लक्ष्मी चिट फंड जो है उनको थर्ड मैच के लिए जाना पड़ेगा। लक्ष्मी चिट फंड नहीं चाहेंगे कि यहाँ से उनको थोड़ा सा और परेशान होना पड़े, लेकिन टीम
देखिए
बॉबी
यहाँ पर
चाहते हैं ये
सिसिलियन
जीत।
का यहाँ पर एक गलती, सिसिलियन का गलती हो चुका है यहाँ पर।
सिसिलियन फिर भी देखिए आप, वो मारते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं, वो एक और किल कहीं ना कहीं देख रहे हैं कि निकालते हुए नजर आ रहे थे, काफी परेशान कर रहे थे, लेकिन
देखिए यहाँ पर
कार्मिला चलिए
सिसिलियन
वो
को पकड़ने
तैयार
का
है।
कोशिश किया जा रहा है, कार्मिला बचा लिया है। और यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं, आपको क्या लगता है फ्रैंको मरेंगे?
मरेंगे जी,
मारे
जरूर
जाएंगे
मरेंगे।
फ्रैंको। फ्रैंको का एक गलती दोबारा से अगेन। तो यहाँ पर देखा जाए कहीं ना कहीं लक्ष्मी चिटफंड को यहाँ पर टक्कर देते हुए बॉबी टीम अच्छा खासा टक्कर दे रहा है। देखिए किल देखिए 14-14 किल समान हो चुके हैं। और गोल्ड लीग कहीं ना कहीं 500 का, लगभग 500 का मिसिंग है, लेकिन वो जल्दी मेकअप हो जाएंगे। और यहाँ पर लग रहा है यहाँ पर, और यहाँ पर देखा जाए बॉबी टीम ने दोबारा से लॉर्ड लेके अपना रेट्रिब्यूशन का कमाल दिखा चुके हैं। और यहाँ पर अल्फा को खत्म कर दिया गया है। और यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो आपको क्या लग रहा है अभी लॉर्ड के साथ ब्रूनो और सिसिलियन सरवाइव कर पाएंगे, या लक्ष्मी चिटफंड एंड कर सकता है मैच?
देखिए लक्ष्मी चिट फंड एक ताबड़तोड़ टीम है, और उनको जैसे बोला था कि वो नहीं चाहेंगे कि थोड़ा सा लेट हो, लेकिन अभी भी मौका है, क्योंकि आप देखें तो सिसिलियन जो है वो लेट गेम जैसे जैसे होगा उसके स्टैक्स ज़्यादा जमा हो गए, तो फिर वो परेशानी तो काफ़ी खड़ी करने वाला है। अभी देखिए उनके पास मौका है, अभी लॉर्ड है, कहीं ना कहीं ये मौका है, ये दस्तूर है, तो ये मैच तो ज़रूर बचेगा। और ये गलती एक बार जो हुई थी, अब वो गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए। अगर ऐसी गलती फिर से होती है तो मुसीबत आएगी। लोनली चलिए आपके पास फिर से बिल्ड आए हैं, कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं जैसे कि मैं देख सकता हूँ यहाँ पर रूबी का अल्टीमेट बिल्ड मोस्ट ऑफ रेडी हो चुका है। अब रूबी को सिवाय ईप के अलावा ज्यादा से ज्यादा डैमेज कोई नहीं दे सकता है। और ब्रूनो का कोर बिल्ड रेडी हो चुका है। और बेटिस का देखा जाए तो बेटिस का बिल्ड कहने पे रेडी हो चुका है ऑलरेडी। और यहाँ पर हायाबुसा हायाबुसा बुसेस गेम खेल रहे हैं, ज्यादा ही बुसेस गेम कर रहे हैं। अब बैकलेन को हटाने का हायाबुसा का काम देगा। टीम फाइट में देखा जाए तो ई कंट्रोल करेंगे मैप, लेकिन रूबी हमेशा की तरह उन्हें परेशान कर सकते हैं। चलिए
जी
अब
बिल्कुल।
बताइए थर्ड लॉर्ड कौन लेगा?
थर्ड लॉर्ड 81 सेकेंड का टाइम है। थर्ड लॉर्ड देखो, अगर सिसिलियन एंड ब्रूनो थोड़ा सा कुछ कम करते हैं, अगर किल विल निकालते हैं तो ठीक है। नहीं तो अभी आप एरर को देखिए, बेट्रिक्स का डैमेज काफ़ी बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो फिर लक्ष्मी चिट फंड जो है अभी थोड़े से स्ट्रॉन्ग दिखते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। आप देखिए कि वो जंगल के अंदर है, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ टीम बॉबी को डिफेंसिव खेलना पड़ रहा है। तो लक्ष्मी चिट फंड कहीं ना कहीं मेरे हिसाब से थर्ड लॉर्ड सिक्योर करेगी। अगर थर्ड लॉर्ड सिक्योर कर लिया तो फिर ये गेम भी खत्म होता हुआ नजर आएगा। शायद फिर कुछ तकनीकली समस्या में भी चलिए उनकी तरफ से देखने को मिल रही है। तो अब देखते हैं कि क्या टीम बॉबी, उनको एक जीत की ज़रूरत है, तो क्या उनको जीत मिलेगी, या तो फिर टीम लक्स में चिट फंड एक बार जीत के चले जाएंगे।
और
चलिए
यहाँ पर
फ्रैंक को अच्छी
पकड़ा
कोशिश कर
गया है।
रहे थे।
और
ओके,
जो
फ्रैंक को
फ्रैंको
देखिए आप, यहाँ पे उन्होंने विंटर क्राउन का इस्तेमाल करके खुद को थोड़ी देर के लिए बचाया, लेकिन बच नहीं पाए। ग्लोरियस पास के साथ पुकी पाइन तैयार है, लेकिन उनको पीछे हटना पड़ेगा। रेडिएंट आर्मर कहीं ना कहीं सिसिलियन के लिए
यहाँ
उन्होंने
पर
बिल्ड
रूबी खत्म
जरूर
हो
कर
चुके हो
लिया है।
सकते हैं। और यहाँ पर रूबी को सिक्योर किल किया गया है। मुझे लग रहा है यहाँ पर मैच चलिए यहाँ पर लॉर्ड सिक्योर करने के लिए लक्ष्मी चीफ फोन नंबर रेडी हो चुके हैं भाई।
तो बिल्कुल लक्ष्मी चिट फंड, जैसे कि हम आपको बता रहे थे, वो लॉर्ड की दावेदारी पेश करते हुए नजर आएंगे। और आप देखें लॉर्ड आ चुके हैं और उनके पास मैन एडवांटेज है वैसे लॉर्ड के लिए।
लॉर्ड अभी एनहांस हो चुका है, तो यहाँ पर लॉर्ड का डैमेज लॉर्ड अभी मारने में बहुत मुश्किल हो सकता है ऐसी। लेकिन यहाँ पर सिसिलियन जब तक यहाँ पर टीम है तब तक यहाँ पर मैच कंट्रोल थोड़ा लगे बॉबी टीम की तरफ रह चुका है।
लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं अभी ये लॉर्ड ऐसा आएगा कि ये लॉर्ड के साथ टीम लक्ष्मी चिट फंड चाहेगी कि उनको जो 2-0 की विक्ट्री चाहिए, वो 2-0 की विक्ट्री यहाँ से वो सिक्योर करते हुए नजर आएंगे। क्या लगता है कि ये जो लॉर्ड है उसके साथ होगा, या तो फिर आपको पता है कि, या फिर आपको बिलीव है अभी भी सिसिलियन के ऊपर वो मैच को रोक पाएंगे?
मुझे बिलीव है अभी सिसिलियन और कार्मिला को कॉम्बो अगर लग गया तो मैच एक साथ खत्म है। लेफ्टी चीफ फोन को एक गलती में हटा सकते हैं लोग।
वैसे आप
सिसिलियन अल्टीमेट कार्मिला अल्टीमेट, लेकिन यहाँ पर मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है कार्मिला और सिसिलियन का कॉम्बो स्टिल अब तक।
ओके, लेकिन आप
जैसे कि
दूसरी
मैंने
साइड
बताया
देखते
था,
तो उतना फायदा हो नहीं रहा है, जैसे लॉर्ड आसानी के साथ डिफेंस हो चुके हैं वैसे अभी के लिए।
लेकिन आप देख सकते हो ब्रूनो का रेंज बड़ा है, लेकिन ब्रूनो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं बैकलेन गेम चल रहा है और यहाँ पर किल किया जाएगा। यहाँ पर रूबी को हटाया गया है बेटिस की तरफ से और यहाँ पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा सिक्योर करने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर मेरे ख्याल से यहाँ पर सिसिलियन को टीम फाइट में ज्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए। आप देख सकते हैं
आप बेट्रिक्स
बेटिस
का
का,
रेंज देखिए, वो बाहर से आसानी के साथ विदाउट मिनियंस जो है वो टावर क्लियर करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं।
और यहाँ क्लियर हो चुका है भाई। और आप देख सकते हैं बेटिस का बिल्ड भी और उसने बेट बना चुका है और यहाँ पर अल्फा को खत्म किया जाएगा और साथ में, और यहाँ पर 2-0 का ऐसे लग रहा है मुझे, 2-0 हो सकता है यहाँ पर। और यहाँ पर ब्रूनो को खत्म कर दिया गया, लेकिन यहाँ पर मिनियंस क्लियर नहीं हुआ है तो यहाँ पर वाइप आउट हो चुका है। और यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं 2-0 का विक्ट्री लेके जा चुके हैं।
ओके,
आपको
चलिए
क्या
टीम
लगता है?
लक्ष्य
2-0
चिट फंड
यहाँ पर
तैयार है। अब किस तरह से मार के आए वो देखिए आप वहां पर, फ्रैंक को क्या बचे हैं। चलिए थोड़ा सा ट्रोल मूवमेंट भी हो गया, ये एक
बहुत
विक्ट्री
अच्छा
परेड भी हो गया।
कंट्रोल।
टीम लक्स में चिट फंड ये मैच लेके जा चुके हैं। टीम लक्स में चिट फंड 2-0 से ये मुकाबला अपने नाम करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। थोड़ी देर में हम देखेंगे कि किस हिसाब से उन्होंने अपने गियर अप जो है बिल्ड किए थे, तो अभी बताएंगे आपको लॉन्डे की क्या क्या गियर अप की मदद से। आप देखिए तो यहाँ पे फ्रैंको ने अपने गियर अप बेच दिए हैं।
फ्रैंको और सिसिली और हाइलॉस दोनों ने बेच के, तो हाइलॉस ने तो ट्रोल भी डाल दिया है।
तो काफी कमाल का उनका गेम प्ले जरूर रहा है, काफी मजेदार गेम प्ले रहा है। और
जैसे
चलिए
कि मैंने
2-0
कहा
के
था,
साथ ये जीत के
ब्रूनो
चले जा चुके हैं
ब्रूनो
अगले
ज्यादा
राउंड
से
के
ज्यादा
लिए।
बैकलाइन खेल रहा
जी
है।
बिल्कुल।
ब्रूनो का टीम फाइट, ब्रूनो का टीम ज्यादा कम नहीं रहा मैच में, जो कि मैच कहीं ना कहीं बॉबी टीम को हराने का थोड़ा सा दायी रहता है। आप देख सकते हैं डैमेज देखा जाए तो मैंने जैसे बताया था ईव का मैच कंट्रोल, ईव का और सिसिलियन का दोनों का डैमेज आप देख सकते हैं।
जी बिल्कुल, चलिए काफी अच्छा गेम प्ले रहा। तो बस आज के जो मैचेस है लॉन्ली वो यहीं पे समाप्त होते हैं, तो शायद अभी हम और आप अलविदा लेना चाहेंगे, क्या कहेंगे आप?
जी भाई, अलविदा लेते हैं भाई। तो थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग गाइस, और एसएन भाई के साथ
चलिए दोस्तों, हम लेना चाहेंगे आपसे अलविदा। आप देखते रहें, थोड़ी सी जो भी समस्या है उसके लिए माफ़ी चाहते हैं, क्योंकि चलिए जब बड़े स्टेज के ऊपर होते हैं तो ऐसी छोटी गलतियां होती रहती है, उसके लिए हम क्षमा याचना चाहेंगे। गुड नाइट, शुभ रात्रि। एंड देखते रहें, कल वापस आएंगे इंडिया शोडाउन सीजन 1 के साथ। तब तक के लिए गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट।